Yo, what's up, my people? In this video, we're going to talk about how I run my pull workout. As you can see, I'm doing cable pullovers, and this is warm-up number 1. For the first exercise of any routine, push, pull, or legs, always warm up at least 2 or 3 times. This is the second warm-up. The way I like to do it is by slowly going up in weight. The first one was around 15 pounds. The second was 30. And the third one is going to be the real set, the working set, where we're going to go all the way to failure, muscular failure. When you're warming up, don't do a bunch of reps. Do maybe 10, maybe 5, just warm yourself up. But make sure you're doing the exercise the right way because you want to build the habit of doing it correctly from the beginning. As you're adding weight, depending on the machine you have or whatever you're using, like you saw there, I like to go up by 10 or 15 pounds at a time. Like I said, I went and grabbed a 10-pound plate just to keep doing it that way because that's how I like it. You do it however the fuck you want. None of that matters. What matters is that the weight keeps going up, you're doing the exercise correctly, and you reach muscular failure with one working set. For the first exercise, we always do 2 or 3 warm-up sets and 1 set to failure. After that, for every other exercise, you do 1 warm-up set with about half the weight you're going to use, and then 1 heavy set to failure. Now, if you don't want to do it with cables, like I'm doing here because I saw a bunch of you saying you don't have a pullover machine, neither do I, just use the cables. And if you don't even have cables, you can do it with a dumbbell lying across a bench. Actually, I suggest you do both. Do 1 for 4 weeks, then switch to the other. Better yet, switch every 4 weeks so you get used to the exercise. Feel it better. Keep adding weight and keep progressing. After doing the routine for 4 weeks, maybe take a deload week or whatever you normally do, then come back and switch to the other variation. But like you can see, just make sure you're controlling the exercise. A lot of you ask me, how slow, bro? That shit doesn't matter. Just control the weight. Use a weight you can do for about 10 to 12 reps. When you hit 12, add 5 pounds. That's it. No need to overthink all the crazy questions you guys ask. Let's go. You can see my face there, getting to failure. Failure simply means you can't do another rep with good form. Maybe you force another one. But my technique is going to break down. Once your form breaks, it's time to stop. Form is more important than lifting more weight. Next, we're moving into underhand pull downs, close grip, palms facing up. Like I said earlier, 1 warm-up set with about half the weight for 5 or 6 reps, then 1 working set with your max weight. I think here I used around 70 pounds to warm up and about 150 for my working set. The point isn't that we're power lifters trying to move heavy weight. The point is to do the exercise correctly. Some of you ask me how long I rest. Depends on how I feel, usually somewhere between 1 and 2 minutes. On the first exercise, I probably rest around 30 seconds after the first warm-up. Then 1 minute after the second warm-up, then about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes before the working set. After the working set, I rest around 2 minutes before moving to the next exercises. Then I warm up, rest another minute or 2, and keep going. None of that matters that much. The important thing is that your breathing is back to normal before starting the next set. Everybody's different. Everybody has a different fitness level, different conditioning, different cardio, all that stuff. It gets better over time, especially training like this, because you're not only taking the muscle to failure, you're also pushing your cardiovascular system pretty hard. You can see me getting to failure there. And if you're like me and you like calisthenics, you can swap the pull downs for pull-ups. Same shit. Here I'm doing body weight. Usually I do them weighted because they're already easy for me. But the point is, do them however you want. Close grip, wide grip. That stuff doesn't matter that much. It's mostly preference. Or like I said before, switch the variation every 4 weeks. Not the exercise, just the variation. Close grip, wide grip. You know what I mean? After that, you're done. And move into the next pull down variation. Like I told you, 1 warm up. I think I used around 75 pounds here. The whole point of warming up is building that mind-muscle connection. When you warm up with a lighter weight before your heavy set, your mind locks into that movement. So when it's time for the heavy set, the muscle already has more blood in it. Second, mentally, you're already ready to perform the movement correctly. And at the same time, since this is a low volume workout, I personally feel like that extra warm up almost feels like a little more volume, even though technically it isn't. But it works for me. And I learned that from Dorian Yates. He warms up before every exercise. I own his course. You can watch his videos, always 1 warm up, then 1 working set. After that, we move into reverse flies. Everything is going to be inside the book. If you notice, I included Mike Mentzer's original routine and my modified version. In my modified version, I do reverse flies. In Mike's version, I do shrugs. Pick whichever routine you want and stick with it for at least 2 months before changing anything. I only included both so you can see how I do them and have options. Personally, I like doing shrugs seated, standing with a bar banks into my balls. Yeah, yeah. And standing with dumbbells sometimes bothers my lower back. Sitting down, I can use more weight and hold the contraction better. If you notice, I'm coming all the way up and pulling my shoulders back. And then when you stand up, you can hit a couple more because you've still got some strength left. The point. Like you see, is getting to failure. Then we move into deadlifts. One of the exercises people are most afraid of because of all the bullshit they hear online. But it's one of the best total body exercises there is. And when you do it at the end of your back workout, brother, your back will explode. A lot of people don't know that, but that's the trick that blew my back up. Doing deadlifts last, my back used to suck, but training with high intensity and leaving deadlifts for the end changed everything. Here I'm using around 185 pounds for my first warm-up. A lot of people think they have to add huge amounts of weight, but I already showed you. You can simply add 5 pounds every week. If you keep adding 5 pounds a week, that's 240 pounds in a year. The point isn't to become a power lifter. We're not here to move heavy weight. We're here to perform the exercise correctly. Stress the muscle, recover, and eat, grow. At the end, you're going to see how Jack I got training only 3 days a week, literally doing this routine. If you follow the book and do exactly what I'm showing you, you're not only going to improve physically, you're going to improve mentally too. And you're going to learn things about yourself you never even knew by pushing your body closer to its full potential. Here's another variation in case you can deadlift. Hyperextensions. This one I actually recommend alternating every week. 1 week hyperextensions, next week deadlifts. Here I'm doing them with cables because I saw somebody doing them that way. And honestly, I like this version a lot better. Regular hyperextensions hit my lower back, glutes, and hamstrings more. But with the rope, you can really squeeze your upper back. And I like that better because we're training back. As you can see, my back got really cut doing these. You can clearly see the exercise, everything controlled, up, down, no bouncing. Do it the best you can. Don't worry if it's not perfect the first time. You'll get better over time. And that's why I don't like changing exercises every week. You get used to the movement. You improve mentally. You improve physically. Everything gets better. Look at that back, brother. Check that shit out. Just a couple exercises. About 5 real working sets total. If you count the warm-ups, it looks like more. But warm-ups don't count. If I can move the heavy weight, do you really think the lighter weight is making me grow? That's why it's called a warm-up. Finish with a little scapular contraction. Then we move into biceps. Some of you are going to say, Mentor said, don't use the EZ curl bar. I don't care what Mike said. A curl is a curl. Do it however the fuck you want. The point is, do the curl and reach failure. Here, if you want, you can warm up. I did one warm up. But honestly, after all those pulling movements, your biceps are already warm. If you want to do another warm up, go ahead. Then we finish with hammer curls. To hit the brachialis, I have pretty small forearms. That's why I was using the easy bar and hammer curls, trying to bring them up. You can see how vascular I got. This shit gets you training hard with intensity to failure 3 times a week. Make sure you recover. Sometimes you need 1 extra rest day. Then take 2 days off. If that's how you feel, that's fine. Don't listen to all these people saying the muscle, this and that bullshit, bro. If you're training to failure, and you're natural, which is the most important thing. You need recovery because you don't have drugs helping you recover faster. 1 day on, 1 day off, or 1 day on, 2 days off. Eat enough protein, carbs, and fats like I showed you in the book, and in a couple months, you're going to be jacked. And now we're at the end of the workout. Stick around so you can see the pump. What a nasty pump. Every now and then you get a little vein popping out. You know how it is. Let's check the pump now. Boom. That's it. 1 set looking good, ain't it? Look at the results. That's literally all you have to do. I'll see you guys in the next workout. Peace.